everyone, Mark D with the C here with another edition of Enabling, and this one's not going to cost you too much money, just the price of a ticket and maybe some popcorn and candy. But of course, these days, with prices up, it ain't cheap. But this one's definitely worth it. It's Star Trek: The Motion Picture, the director's cut, which is my opinion and many others the best version of the movie, and you can see it today. Monday and Wednesday. It's Fathom Events. So if you're watching this in California, you still have time to get yourself to the movie theater. On the East Coast, you've only got Monday and Wednesday left to go see it. But I highly recommend it. You know, one of those few chances you get to see classic Star Trek on the big screen, and all with all the remastered effects, some great work that they did with the director's cut. And really, I just came back from seeing it. It's just really gorgeous on the big screen. Not that many people in the theater. Of course, there's a 3 p.m. showing on Sunday. But yeah, it's just gorgeous to see that. And, everyone calls it, Star Trek, the motionless picture. But, this is a classic movie in many ways, although, I'm wearing my Wrath of Khan shirt. But Wrath of Khan is, my favorite Trek movie. I got to see the opening night premiere with Leonard Nimoy there the day before everyone else got to see it. Yeah, this movie keeps growing on me. This motion picture keeps getting better and better with repeated viewings, and in many ways, it's the most Star Trek, quote unquote, of the movies. I think compared to Wrath of Khan, which that great tale of revenge, and it's the fight between Kirk and Khan. But the motion picture really, I think, touches upon a lot of the morals and values and themes of Star Trek that make it so fascinating to steal a line from Mr. Spock. I just love seeing this in the movie theater again. The score is gorgeous. So they've added all the new special effects in high definition. So years ago, Robert Wise had worked with a team to create, his final vision of the movie, because it was so rushed when they were trying to get this movie into theaters. Initially, they're going to do Star Trek Phase 2 as a new TV show, which would have been really incredible to see as well. But they went, with the success of Star Wars, they went to rush out their space franchise back into theaters, and they really had a huge deadline to crunch. And of course, with the special effects work back then, of course, no CGI, all practical, and some great special effects wizards working at Douglas Turnbull, who worked on 2001: A Space Odyssey. But they really were under a crunch to get the movie out in time. So Robert Wise years later said, let's do, the definitive version of the movie. But unfortunately, back then, all the new computer effects were done in standard definition. So that's why this movie has never been upscaled to HD. So, Wrath of Khan came out in 4K, and some of the other movies came out, in 4K. But this one, the best version of the movie, we've been waiting to see in 4K. So Paramount Plus, it's streaming right now, and Fathom Events has it right now for these few days in motion. So you can see the motion picture in the theater. And coming up next will be Wrath of Khan with Fathom Events. So I'm going to share my screen and just show you how you can see this movie. You can go to Fathom Events. I'll put this in the show notes. I want to share the audio, because I do want to share the trailer, and I'm not monetized, so it shouldn't matter. So let's make that full screen, pop that out. So what you can do is put in your zip code here. So it's fathomevents.com. So let's say, hey, New York City 10001, and let's just see what the show times are. So obviously you can see, it's playing in only select theaters. New York City, it's looks like it's an AMC and a Regal there. And then, of course, you can select Monday and Wednesday to go check that out. So it looks like it's playing Monday and Wednesday at 7 p.m. And today we had it at 3 p.m. For the Sunday shows. So here, let's watch this trailer, and hopefully I won't get dinged for this, but it's just a quick trailer here. It shows how awesome the new version of the movie is.
Thrusters ahead, Mr. Sulu. Take us out.
I am convinced we are inside a living machine.
So what's great about this movie is the the whole idea of V'ger going out into space, and we always want to contact the aliens, but what if they're not so what if they're not so friendly? So so V'ger, of course, everyone's I'm sure everyone's seen this is coming back to transmit its data that it's gathered back to its creator.
Spock, you haven't changed a bit. You're just as warm and sociable as ever.
Shall I go to battle station, sir?
And one thing I'd like to know too is Nimoy is fantastic in this movie. He's just so emotionless, going through the Kulinar ceremony on Vulcan. There was some new scenes and effects on Vulcan, and he's just such a great actor. When he walks onto that bridge, he's a totally emotionless Spock. And by the end of the movie, he's back to the Spock that acknowledges his human side, and he's calling Kirk Jim by his first name, which is a nice touch. And you can see he's really reconciled his Vulcan side with his human side, and he realizes what he's been missing in his life. And so trying to remove all logic and emotion, but he really decides that, or he finds out and discovers that you really need that human side, that those feelings to get through life. And of course, the classic opening with the Klingons, just fantastic scene.
I hope we got this one off to a good start. I hope so too.
So you get that classic Trek Trek humor, which we love, and the gang is back together, and they do a fantastic job in this movie. And I don't think this movie deserves the hate that it gets, or the the people that really criticize it. I mean, of course, if you don't like it, that's not for me to say, but I think it's really holds up and just is a really great movie. And this director's edition is just fantastic with all the effects that they did. And the intro they added, and originally it was black, and the overture starts to play, and they added the star field, which is a nice simple effect. And they corrected some mistakes in the models, but just gorgeous to watch. And of course that scene with the Enterprise with Scotty, showing Kirk to the newly revamped Enterprise, is just a beautiful scene. And yeah, it does take a long time, but you've never been able to see the Enterprise like that before. And in the show, you just got those quick pass throughs normally, and you didn't get to really see all the details. And now with these beautiful effects. So there's an article here I'll just post, StarTrek.com. You can see all the details on this event and what's special about it, and what they did. So now producer David C. Fine and Mike Matessino, I apologize for getting that wrong, who had originally collaborated with Wise. The film was prepared for 4K Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos. So yeah, it really sounds great. And I'm sure we're gonna get soon. We're gonna get the 4K Blu-ray, which will be fantastic too. Fantastic. So this is a real tribute to Paramount, and this is really great for the fans to be able to get to experience this movie like it should. So it took a lot of work, but we finally got the best version of the movie to date. And here's a nice article I'll also post. We can go through and see what's different and what they've changed in the movie. It's really I shouldn't say change, but just the director's cut and what they've improved on with the special effects, cleaned up things. The dialogue is beautiful in the movie theater too. If you've got a good sound system at home, you can really hear all the bridge notes going on in the background. The crew, that background speech. I heard a crew member to say, the temperature on this reading should be such and such. You can pick up, bits of background dialogue. So they did a great job with the dialogue. It's really easy to follow and hear all the special effects, which is big improvement. So they talk in this article. They talk about here's David Fine, what they did and what they improved on, and going back to finish that work that they started, to put it into HD and to restore the movie. But they wanted to make it look the best that they can. So heck, it's hard to believe this movie's 40 years old. So and that new sound mix does a great job. You get to see V'ger in all its glory, and they just tribute to them. They did a great really great job of making this fantastic fantastic version of the movie. So yeah, that's what I just mentioned. There's new dialogue from actors in the background that you've never heard before. You're going to be surprised about. So when you're pay attention during those, especially those bridge scenes, you'll hear, background dialogue, and it's really cool for us Star Trek geeks and nerds to hear that, dialogue, and really a great story, really a great sci-fi story. Uh, exploring the universe and what more is there out there. What does it mean to be human? Coming V'ger obviously is a machine organism, but what does it mean to be human? What more is there? So it asks a lot of questions, and it does a great job, I think, with that in the movie, that you really feel that there's character growth. And by the end of the movie, the gang is back together. The start of the movie, Spock is really not Spock. He's an emotionless person, and he doesn't really recognize the crew. He's just all business. So I think head out to the movie theater. You really won't be disappointed if you go to see this. If you haven't seen it in the theater before, maybe you're one of those people that saw it 40 years ago. But I love having this chance. As good as your home theaters are, unless you have an ultimate setup, nothing can compete with a movie theater, especially for the screen size. So it's just a great experience. So highly recommend it. And that line from Bones in the movie when he first gets on the ship, they're asking him about sick bay. He's like, those damn engineers, they love to change things. So, but in this case, I think these are all changes for the good. They're improvements, and they make the movie that much more enjoyable and that much more fun to watch. So make sure you go out and catch this movie in theaters. I'll post the links below. And thanks for watching, and we'll catch you all the next time. Take care.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.